Hi mamas. I'm going to record another prenatal and postnatal class tonight. So again, this is safe if you're pregnant, preferably second and third trimester. But if you're feeling it in your first trimester, then join us. Please feel free. Just take very good care of your bodies and make good choices as we flow tonight. If you've got a baby, they can be right here on the mat in front of you or off to the side in a carrier. Feel free that you can stop and breastfeed, but also you're invited to let baby just be there, and if they fuss a little bit and you breathe a little louder, notice what that can maybe do for your environment that you're in. So let's go ahead and get started. You can be in any comfortable seat. It feels really good to you. You can be propped up by something like a pillow or a blanket from home. If you have blocks, that's great. Foam or cork or any other material, the block is awesome. Also, you can just use a water bottle or fill up 2 of them so that you can have 2 blocks from home, and we're just gonna flow a little bit. So come into any variation of Sukhasana, sit up tall, close your eyes for a moment. Take a full breath in. Sigh the breath out. Full breath in. Sigh out. Biggest breath in. Big sigh out. Go ahead and reach your hands above your head. Interlace your fingers, stretch up into the ceiling, then drop over to the right side. You can look up if that feels good. You can also look down. Press your toenails into the mat behind you. Reach up, breathe in, stretch over to the other side. Create this bow shape in your body. And again, choose where your neck wants to be. You can also look straight forward. Big breath in as you come to center. Drop your chest, drop your hands, push them away from you, arch through your spine. And then reach back up, breathe in. And we're gonna take a few rounds of this, coming forward, breathing out, breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, push forward. Good, breathe in. And then push forward. This time, release the fingers as you come up, goalpost, breathe in. Curve over, hug belly close, hug baby close. Reach up, goalpost the arms. Maybe look up into the ceiling, open up the front of your neck. Come all the way back down, arch through your spine. Just in seated cat and cow. Just warming up your body. Noticing how big your breasts are. Noticing how big and expansive your chest can be again after maybe a day of not really doing much or doing so much that's abnormal that it's kind of just strange. So come back to what is you, to what is normal for your body, for your family, for your breath. Reach all the way up, breathe in, drop your right hand down. This time lengthen through the side, so a little bit deeper side body bend than before. Again, you can look up or down. Find what feels good for your neck. Breathe in, switch sides. Press your left hand into the mat as much as you can. Take each side one more time, full breath in. And reach up, breathe in. And then sweep onto the mat, find a tabletop pose. Kick your left leg back behind you and start to stretch through your calf muscle. So lean in and then press forward. Know how much you rock side to side. So you're warming up the hips. You're warming up on the knee. Press your right toes into the mat so you have more points of contact with the floor. And then come forward, reach that foot up, reach your right hand in front of you, extend the crown of your head long in front of you. I'm gonna drop my arm just so you can keep seeing my face. And then you're gonna draw in, touch your elbow to your knee. Biggest inhale, reach, and exhale, squeeze in. And now if you're later in your second trimester and your third trimester of your pregnancy, hug baby really close here. Your hand can also just come to your side, out to the side, and knee can come out to the side if that makes more space for baby. You're still doing the same motions. It's all the left oblique that's doing the work. Keep pressing into the floor with your left hand. Again, you can come out to the side, whether you're pregnant or not, if that feels better on the joints, on the body. Reach forward last time, come back to tabletop. Sway through your hips, take a big breath in, and a big breath out. And then switch sides, press through your right heel and start to take those rocks. With your inhales, breathe in and breathe out as you shift forward. Inhale and exhale. So good. Rock forward, stay forward, tuck your core up and in, lift your back leg up, flex through your heel. Reach forward with your left hand and then bird dog in, elbow to knee, tuck your chin. And you can stay right here. Or again, if you're making room for baby, you can come out to the side and reach. 2 more. Stretch and then crunch in. Last time, reach forward, come back to center. Right away, tuck your toes, find the mama bear crouch. So your spine is straight as you can be. Look between your toes, maybe shake out your head, then lean back. You can walk your feet apart a little bit wider if you're making space for baby. Then just start to swivel on top of the balls of your feet. Heels don't have to drop just yet. And then press yourself into a traditional down dog. Melt your heels into the mat. If you need to adjust where your hands and feet are, that's perfect. Do what your body's asking you to do. And keep in mind that I'm the anomaly that can touch my heels to the mat, so don't feel like you have to be there. That's not a yoga perfection. That's just my body. Be in yours with honor and breath. Roll forward into a plank pose, or you can come back to your mama bear crouch if plank pose puts a lot of pressure on baby. So we're just going to switch back and forth between down dog and mama bear, or down dog and plank pose. You pick. You've got a few rotations of each. I'm going to bounce between all 3 postures. You can do that with me, or you can choose the 2 that are nourishing you the most. Remember to keep your breath locked in. Inhale and exhale, down dog. Inhale, exhale, down dog. 2 more. And then very gently start to walk your hands to the back of your mat. Hang in a forward fold. Your hands can come to blocks, or you can grab opposite elbows. You can also bring your elbows on top of your knees and drop your head. Again, if a sway feels really good for you right here, be in the sway. If a little bit of a nod or a shake of the head feels good, choose that. Take a full breath in. Sigh the breath out. Full breath in. Sigh the breath out. Rock all the way back forward to your down dog. Come into your mama bear crouch, and then very slowly the right knee is going to touch the outside of the right elbow, and then step back. Biggest breath in and out. Inhale back. Exhale out. Inhale back. And exhale out. And mamas, if this is too much, especially if you're pregnant or if this is making you dizzy, there's always child's pose. Can also just hover in the mama bear crouch and hug baby close. If you're postpartum right now, send a lot of love to that low belly area that was just holding your child and growing your baby. Be exactly where you need to be. It's on purpose. Keep breathing. Last time, back, left elbow, left knee touch, come back to the crouch and enter down dog. Take a full breath in, press the floor away. Sigh the breath out. And then find a child's pose, knees wide, toes touch. Hands can come forward in front of you, and you can have a bolster in front of you, or just place your forehead or cheek on a block. And so if you're making room for baby, you want to have space right here. If you want to be in a more traditional child's pose, you can lay your whole chest down so you're more in an inversion line from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Really good. Be here. And then go ahead and press down into your forearms. Come back to a tabletop with your forearms sealed onto the mat. And then you're going to come into a dolphin pose, crouch. So it's just a little bit of a hugger. Squeeze your inner thighs together as much as you can. Then you're gonna kick. Right and left. Again, if this is too much in an inversion, you can come up to a tabletop and do the kicks from here. That's gonna lessen the inversion. But if it's making you dizzy, just stop. If you need less of the inversion again, you can do these. Hands and knees, and kicking the foot all the way up into the ceiling. Just depends on where you want the pressure, either in your glutes, which it should be anywhere, or if you want a little more core, then you can come back to the down dog, dolphin pose, crouch, and kick. Last two. And then release all the way down. Again, find that child's pose. Lean back, press in. Big inhale. Biggest exhale out. Find the pose that's working for you in your body right now, today. And then come all the way up. Sit back on your toes. Press your toenails into the mat as much as you can. Straight arms up into the ceiling. Then bring your hands to your heartbeat. Close your eyes for a moment. Take 3 big breaths in and out. Inhale and exhale. Last deep breath in, mamas. And sigh out. So good. Reach your hands up, breathe in. Hands to the mat, exhale. Find a tabletop to a downward facing dog. And then walk your feet to your hands. Halfway lengthen your spine. Then bend your knees. Hold on to baby if you've got a little one inside of you. And then start to shift your weight right and left. Just a little bit of a sway. Take a couple of moments here just to find your hips. And then turn your sway so that you're facing the side of your mat. Go ahead and seal your feet into the mat. A little bit wider than hip width distance, and then put the bounce into your knee joint. Nice, so you want the muscle to do the work here, the quads, but you want the joint to be nice and fluid. And then breathe. Again, you're holding on to baby. This is just a really slow incorporation of your hips. We're gonna start to come into our warrior postures from the side tonight. So gently start to walk your feet. So you're pointing one toe up. So there's a little stretch in the back of the leg when you straighten. Nice. And then I want you to find straight legs and start to shift your hips back and forth. And you can push them forward to stretch out the hip flexor, or you can lean them back and lift up the arch of your foot to grow a little bit taller. And then start to roll your shoulders up and down. With your breath, breathe in and breathe out. And then go the other direction, roll them forward and forward. Good. 2 more. Reach forward. Nice. Forward. Straight arms, straight legs. Remove the rock. Come into a warrior 1 over the left leg. Sorry, this is warrior 2. I lied. Reach back. Peaceful warrior. Side angle. Float through, reach up. And then we're going to take that rotation between peaceful warrior and side angle. So if you've got baby, you're invited to hold on to baby the whole time, switching your hands. You're also invited to look up every time and switch where you're looking, depending on where you're reaching. If that makes you dizzy, you can keep your gaze down or at the top hand the whole time, and then down and side angle at your front toe. Keep moving, keep breathing. And then land in your side angle pose, elbow on top of your knee, stretch up. And then stretch over. You're gonna make a big circle with your arms, stretching up and over. Big inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you reach down. Sink lowering your legs if you can. Find the firmness in that inner thigh. And then straighten out, triangle pose. Go ahead and grab your water bottle or a block, put it on the inside of your front foot and lift up. And then keep that rotation. You're gonna sway forward and then open. And forward and open. and forward and open. Anytime our hands are above our heartbeats, we're doing cardio. Our body's working just a little bit harder to keep blood in that top hand. So this is all we're doing right here. We're just building a little bit more of a heart rate by increasing the movement in our upper bodies. Good, and then sway all the way down, parallel your feet. Find a sway, grab your opposite elbows. Shake side to side. If the movement doesn't feel good, mamas, come to a halfway lift and then just gently bow all the way down. You can shake out your head or you can be still. Choose what's working for you. Then find a warrior two over your right leg. Come over to the other side. Stretch your fingertips apart, open up through your collarbones and reach. Peaceful warrior, inhale. Exhale, side angle. And you've got those same choices. We're gonna be here for a few counts. So you can concentrate on trading your drishti for your right hand and then for your left. Or you can keep your gaze down at your big toe, look up as you reach back, and then look down as you reach forward. Can also be holding on to baby here. Choose what feels nourishing. See if you can drop lower in your right knee. Big inhales and exhales. Last time, peaceful warrior, reach up and back. Side angle, elbow to your knee. Go ahead and look up and then create that big circle with your left hand reaching up and over and up and over. And keep concentrating on the knee bend of your right foot, but keep your toes light. One more big circle, mamas. And then stand up all the way tall. Grab that water bottle or block, put it on the inside of your right foot and reach up. And then find that sway forward. You're gonna feel the stretch longer in your left rib cage and then sway up. Inhale and exhale, reach forward. Sway forward. Last few. Keep building your heart rate in this really gentle manner. Keep inviting in your peace by inviting in deeper breaths. Notice how your body really responds to a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Last one. Reach all the way up and then reach all the way forward. Come back through that wide leg forward fold and sweep all the way up into your goddess. Hands can come to your heart, to your baby, or to your knees. It really doesn't matter which one. You're gonna start to sway side to side just a little bit. Keep a little bit of lightness in your toe tips so you can wiggle it around. And then very gently bring your hands, right hand on the bottom, left hand on top. You're gonna press down and lift up and press and down. Good, and press and down. If baby's in your way, you just move your hands out. You can also press forward and back. Find what works best for you. Good, this is ulnar radiation change in your forearm, so I promise you there's a purpose. You wanna really press into the pinky finger edge of your hands because you're actually creating a stretch in your forearm as you do this. Keep pressing in and down, and in and down. Good, go ahead and switch your hands. We do 8 or so on this side as well. Really good, mamas. Keep squatting. Keep breathing into that goddess. You're almost done here. Good. Press down and then release your hands. Straight arms, straight legs. Warrior two to the front of your mat. Straight arms, straight legs. Work up, reach up. Warrior two to the right. Reach up, straight arms, straight legs. Warrior two to the left. And you know where we're going now. Find the flow. See if you can create a seamless breath and a seamless movement from one posture to the next. So it's not abrupt in your body, it's really smooth. Good. Hey, invite in your smile. Feel really strong. Feel a little bit sweaty. That could just be me. I run hot. But if you're sweating a little bit like me at this point, rejoice in it, invite it in. That's why we're here, to create a little bit of tapas in our bodies, to let it happen to us. And then stand the warrior two with the left side. Roll your shoulders up and back. You're gonna grab onto your shoulders and then straighten your arms. So there's a lot of activity here. So reach forward and tap, forward and tap. You have 3, tap, 2, 1. Reach forward, reach back, peaceful warrior. Cartwheel all the way down. Your right hand's gonna plant. Turn up on the ball of your right foot. Twisted high lunge. And so if you're pregnant, belly button always stays down and baby stays down to the middle of your mat. You can reach up and goal post your arm. If you're postpartum, you're welcome to twist a little bit deeper. Keep rolling your left hip down though, so you can twist from here. Find your skandasana, straight leg on your right side, and again, be safe on this ankle. You can be popped up on this toe. This is a little bit more correct, less injurious. So find what's working best for you. Find the stretch in the back of your right leg. Big breath in. And big breath out. One more right here. And then out. Good. Roll back to your left knee bend and then drop down into proposal pose. Reach up, breathe in, and then drop forward just a little bit. If you feel any pulling on baby, see if you can tuck baby in with your abdominal wall and then reach up, look up. You've got 2 breaths. In and out. Strength and stillness. Breathe in and breathe out. Really good. Come into your high lunge to goddess pose. High lunge on the other side. You're gonna pivot. Good. Goddess. Switch up. Goddess pose. Good. High lunge. And switch. Good. Find your stamina here. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. See if you can again find where it's really fluid. One movement goes right into the next. So good, mamas. Last time, come to goddess. High lunge on the left side, step into chair pose, and take little tiny pulses down. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the music, so I'm gonna turn it up just a teensy bit. Good, and keep pulsing down, chair pose. Hands are just right here at your heart. Notice your shoulders, see if you can drop them low. Hug baby close. You're here for 3, 2, 1. Take your feet a little bit larger apart. Straighten your legs, straighten your arms, breathe in. Bow all the way down. Halfway lengthen your spine. Bow forward, exhale. Reach up, breathe in. Bow forward, exhale. Bend into your knees. Take your tailbone back and up. Halfway lengthen. Hold baby close. Bow down. Reach up, breathe in. And then come to Tadasana pose. Bring your feet to touch one another. And then go ahead and turn towards me at the side of your mat. You're gonna laterally lunge out to the side. And then step forward into Tadasana at the back of your mat. Step out laterally. And then step into Tadasana at the top. Good, so the foot is leading the movement. The one that's stepping away, it's telling the direction, the next direction that the body's gonna go in. So you wanna get it all the way open to the side, point it to the right, and then follow up with the left foot. Now with the left, point all the way, and follow with the right. Good, one more time like that, here, and then face the right edge of your mat. Breathe in, and bow all the way forward. Halfway lengthen, and then step back into high lunge on your right side. So we're just gonna do the same sequence over here. Go ahead and reach all the way up, high lunge, and then come into a warrior 2. Peaceful warrior 1 time, just to create that length, and then twisted lunge. Left hand down, right arm up. Good, and again, if you've got baby in you still, if you're still carrying your baby, belly button and baby down, chest open just a little. Your hand can come to the top of your knee to create the twist just right here. And then if you're postpartum, you can twist a little deeper and sink a little lower. It just depends on where your body needs to go. Good, and then rotate into your skandasana. Find where you can seal your right heel into the mat if that's working for your body. You can be up here just fine where it's safe on the knee. You want it to be out, not in. So point the knee open, left toes are up to the ceiling. Stay here for a breath. And let it out. So good, mamas. One more, breathe in. And then breathe out. And then roll all the way forward, back to the high lunge. Reach your hands all the way up. And then come to your goddess. High lunge to the other side. Same pivot is happening. So lots of femininity whenever we turn to the side of our mats. Lots of movement in our hips, getting us ready for labor. Lots of movement in our hips, keeping us limber and strong. Take a few more breaths in and out. Good. Last time, press to the left. Last time, press to goddess. This time, press to the right, high lunge. Step forward for that chair pose. Little pulses down. So again, you don't want your knees to be forward. You don't want the press to be here. You want to be all the way back. Yeah, tuck your core in or hug baby close. Use your abdominal wall. It's not unsafe to do that. Roll your shoulders down. If Anjali Mudra works for your body, press your hands into your heart center and breathe. For 3, 2, 1. Stand up really, really tall. Same rotation this time. Step all the way open. Keep your legs straight and then sink into chair. So it's a little different. Same motion. Right foot leads, straight leg, chair pose, sink low. Left foot leads, straight leg, sink into chair. We're almost done, mamas. Open with the right foot. Step and close, left chair. Twist and press down. Good. Open and press down. Last time, open your legs, straight arms, straight legs. Last time, hold goddess pose. You can. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. See if you can sink lower, really good. Take one more, breathe in and breathe out. Straight arms, straight legs, find a wide leg forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. If you've got those water bottles or even just one, bring them in front of you. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see my back and see my imaginary baby. So if I had a baby and they're pulling my body down, try to lift your belly up and then tuck up so that your spine is really flat back here. And then press into the blocks and drop your head. If you don't have a baby, all those things still apply, but you might be more here, which is taking the stretch out of the back of your legs. See if you can extend the crown of your head up and tilt your tailbone back, and then squeeze through your glutes, drop. So you're feeling a stretch here. Keep your feet active, keep your hands active, drop your head. So good. You've got 5 breaths here, just to breathe. Much of the work is done. You're warm. We're going to move on from here to a little bit more of a grounded sequence. 2 more breaths. So good, mamas. Halfway lift. Walk your feet in. Go ahead and drop onto your knees. And then take a little bit of a cat and cow. And if you want to stay on top of your blocks, you can. It's a really safe way to do cat and cow when you're pregnant. It also just sometimes feels good. Like coming from a body that's never been pregnant, I just study a lot. I know what it's like in notion and theory. You guys know what it's like in real life. So find really what's working best for you. Just because I instruct doesn't mean I'm right about what your body needs in the moment. Take a few more rotations of this. And then release. If you've got blocks or anything supporting you, go ahead and set them off to the side. We're going to come back to that bird dog shape. So take your left leg back just like we began and take a couple of rocks back and forth. Once your calf muscle feels really good and your right knee feels secure, rock forward, lift up the leg, bend the knee, open the hip. Good. You can also drop onto forearms here. It's going to give you a little more of an inversion. So you want to press your foot into the wall that's on the side of you. And then look down. See if you can squeeze through the glute and lift it up higher into the ceiling. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Sink all the way down and take a couple of barrel rolls if that feels good, or just shift your hips side to side. Really good. Come back to tabletop. Take your right leg back and behind you. Rock a few times into that calf muscle. Really good, mamas. Shift all the way forward, lift up that leg, bend, and then open. So you can drop again onto your forearms if that feels good. You can also just keep it on one forearm if you want more space. So you're squeezing your glutes behind you. You're also lengthening through this front side body. Good. Don't try that at home. Lifting up the right hand. Just keep pressing into the hip. You want stability here coming from your forearms and from the left toe and knee. Good. Come all the way back down. Find a downward facing dog. Big breath in. Press up and back. Exhale. Stay here for a big breath in. And a big breath out. Lift up your left leg. Step forward, warrior one. So you want to keep your right hip pointing forward, and you want to sink lower into your left knee. Make sure that your left knee is opening to the left side of your mat. It's not dropping inward. You want it pulling out so you can sink lower. Reach up, breathe in. Warrior two, stretch open, breathe out. Peaceful warrior, exhale. Come back to that triangle pose, and you can bring in a block if that's working for you. We're gonna be here just briefly. Reach up and forward, find a pyramid. So frame your front foot, hop your back foot in. It doesn't matter the distance between your feet, as long as you have flat feet and straight legs. That's your pyramid. Halfway lengthen, and bow down. See if you can find a stillness in this posture that you can sustain with 3 more breaths. One more, mamas. So good. And go ahead and swivel all the way around to frame your right foot and step all the way up into a warrior one. We're gonna do that gentle sequence on the other side. So again, as you start to get tired, you'll notice that baby will start to just come to like bow out and fall down. See if you can hug baby up and in and find a really tall straight spine, sink lower in the leg, but without compromising your core. Stretch all the way up. Warrior two, peel open. Peaceful warrior. And then triangle just for transition. Straighten out your legs, find a little reprieve, breathe in. Curve that arm forward just like the beginning of class, and then hop your back foot in. So flat feet, straight legs. Feet are both at 12 o'clock, halfway lift, and then bow down. Again, choose the posture in the pyramid that you can hold. Stillness and strength. So good, mamas. You can come all the way down. You're gonna find a malasana. And if malasana with a block underneath your tailbone feels better, you can choose that. You can also just sit on a pillow. I always think of one of my mamas when she was about to have her baby within the week. Malasana felt great when she was stacked on a couple of different bolsters. So find what's best for your body. Again, I only know about this in theory. You are living it, so honor what you need. You're gonna press your forearms into your knees and knees into your forearms. Seal your hands together. Make room for baby. If you need to adjust baby and bring them more forward, you can. And see if you can rock forward and back. Just find a little bit of a teeter-totter. It's not very big. If you can handle closing your eyes, just noticing that rock, you can choose that. You can also bring your hands forward and kind of catch yourself a little bit. You're just inviting in a little bit of movement. Keep squeezing your glutes up into your body as you lift. So good, mamas. And then go ahead and rock all the way back. Place your hands behind you, sit down, and find Baddha Konasana. And I want you to bring in a bolster, pillow, or blanket right underneath your ankles so that you're just a little bit higher up in your Baddha Konasana tonight. And remove the fleshy bits from underneath your sits bones. Reach all the way up with the crown of your head and then curve forward. Grab onto your toes, drop your head all the way down. If you notice that you're holding tension right here in the trapezius muscles, see if you can release and press down. Drop through the shoulders, drop through the head. I'm gonna feel a stretch in the back of your neck as well. I'm gonna take one more full breath in and full breath out, and then roll all the way up. Remove your blanket for now, or bolster, or whatever was holding you. Bring yourself into Janu Shirshasana. So same things apply as in the first video. If you've got baby and you need to make a little more room, this foot can come forward, can also come out to the side, just depending on where your Janu needs to be, or it can be completely sealed on the inside of your right leg. Go ahead and reach up, breathe in, and then drop your left hand down, stretch away from your right foot first, and then sweep over to your right leg. Look up underneath your armpit as you reach. And then take a few rotations here. It's not all the way into Stargazer. You're just pressing and lengthening toe away from fingers. And then flex the foot, reach your fingers towards your foot. Big breath in, get long through your right side. And then switch. A big breath out. Last two. So really similar in your gaze too. You can watch the hand that's lifted. Last time, reach all the way over. This time, stay. And keep stretching the hand up and over the body instead of letting it drop. See if you can be upright. And you can even press this hand into the ground in front of you and expand through your shoulders. Hug baby close as you do that and look up. One more breath. So good. This time, sweep forward, get a stretch through your leg, then come into Stargazer. Press up, reach back, and then come all the way down, switch legs. So good. So reach up first again, find the choice where you need your Janu Shirshasana to be. It can be on the all the way on the instep of the left leg this time, and then press down with your right hand. Point through those left toes if that feels good, and then you can start this rotation. Just moving like seaweed. Like there's water all around you. That's the air. There's water all in you. That's the breath. How fluid can you move with the water around you and the water within you? Two more mamas, reaching all the way over. And then towards the left foot. Last time to the right. And then to the left. Go ahead and hold on somewhere, either the top of the shin or the top of the foot, side of the foot, and reach up. Big breath in and out. If you want a little bit more activity, you can stretch. Press into the left hand, press your chest forward, drop your shoulders down. It's gonna get the inner left thigh more. It's gonna open up through the chest. And sweep your right hand all the way down and in front of you. Come into Stargazer, press up into your hips, lift up. And then roll all the way to a tabletop facing the right side of your mat. And find to where your tabletop isn't like crouched together like this. You want to have a lot of length for your torso and see how long you can make your spine. Good, and then drop your right knee down. Left leg long for side plank, reach up. Flatten out through your front hand. See if you can swing your right foot behind you so your toe is hidden, and then lift up. You're in star side plank modified. This is also a version of half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. You're just dropped to one knee. So be here now. If this feels good, stay. See if you can hold it. If you want to keep dropping the foot and then bringing the leg up, you can, and reaching up and over. You're also offered to grab the foot and create a bow shape in your body. Just make sure the foot isn't floating all the way up here. You want to rotate the body forward, kind of hide both feet behind you, if possible. You can also stretch out the front of your neck like this. So you have choices. Be where it feels good to be. Woo! Kick things if they're in your way. It's all right. And then come all the way back down to your tabletop. Find one round of cat and cow. Again, if you're pregnant, come to a tabletop and then go to cat pose. And then drop to tabletop. Come into your mama bear crouch for one big breath in. Down dog for one big breath out. Reach your right leg up into the ceiling. And step forward for half pigeon pose. So I love to be able to use this back toe as an anchor. So tuck into your left foot, breathe back. And then make sure you're flexing your right foot, drop your left foot down. Stay upright for a moment. If this is tugging on baby, you can absolutely start to move into a sleeping pigeon. Again, you're allowed to bring blocks underneath your blanket and find that L shape with any of your props so that you can drop onto your forearms. Or you can hold your body weight kind of at a side angle shape. The best way I've found to stay still in pigeon is to do something deliberate with my hands. So I find myself either pressing them together firmly or creating a handshake for myself so I can very deliberately notice my finger pads on the back of my hands. And again, that's really just a tool if you fidget the way I do in this posture. You're also invited just to close your eyes and notice your breathing in your body. If you are pregnant, bring your baby into your practice by using their name if you've got one picked out. If baby's next to you on the mat, just keep breathing towards them, for them, for you, for them. Because the healthier you are, the healthier they are. Little ducklings always follow a mama duck. The calmer and more satisfied you can be in your life and in your yoga practice and your practice on your mat and off your mat, the better your babes will be. You're doing a good job. Go ahead and press all the way up and come into a deer pose. So you're gonna just bend the left leg in and flex through that left foot as much as you can. If this is really kind of painful and you need a little support, you can bring a blanket underneath the left knee. It's gonna make it a little more delicious on that left hip. So lean all the way forward and then you're gonna very gently take your hands in front of you and start to walk into a very gentle twist. For my mamas who are pregnant, your left hand's just gonna come to your right ankle and you're gonna upright sit and then just look over your right shoulder. My mamas who aren't, if you wanna go a little further, you can. Get your whole shoulders to the back of the room and look over your right shoulder to the wall behind you. So good, mamas. Gently unravel. And then bring your feet in front of you. Give yourself a drop right to left. Keep your feet flexed as you do this. Big breath in. And big breath out. So good. Go ahead and remove your props out of the way if they're there. And then come into your tabletop here on this side, facing the left side of your mat. And again, find that length so you won't want your tabletop to be crouched. You want it to be nice and long. And then bring your left knee forward and open. Come into your side plank pose, modified. And stay here for a moment to stretch open into the side if you want more length in that right rib cage. And then very gently start to rock the whole body weight forward so you're right over the left hand and then reach the right foot up. And again, you can stretch and lift if that feels good. You can also create the bind for a seated and grounded Shavasana. If you're gonna choose this bind, you can keep your head forward. You can also look up and open and stretch out through the front of your neck, the front of your throat. Give yourself a few breaths here, whichever postures you've chosen. Go ahead and release without snapping the foot. Come all the way back to that tabletop. Take a full breath in. Downward facing dog. So good. Reach your left leg up and find your half pigeon pose. And this time the right toes tuck under. Pull yourself back and then drop onto the top of the right foot. Reach up. And then you can always find support with a pillow or something like a block at home. A book works. Towel works. The props are just tools anyways, so find anything that you can find and around you that's within reach that you can use to ground yourself with. Another trick I find in my pigeon is instead of walking my elbows forward, that usually creates more stress in my back, I try to walk my elbows out to the side and then I'm able to drop in a little bit deeper. So see if that works for your body. Take one more breath, mamas. Inhale and exhale, and then press into your hands. Again, roll onto your right hip, bend through, or roll into your left hip, bend through your right leg. And again, if you want something a little more supportive underneath the right knee and the right foot, you can find a blanket, you find a pillow. And then for the twist, the left hand's gonna come to the front of the left, actually we're going the other way. Right hand's gonna go to the front of the left ankle if you're pregnant. Keep uplift and keep baby close to you. Just look over your left shoulder. For my mamas who want a little more, right hand can come to the left knee and you can walk open, press up, lift, and then extend and twist. And keep the knees safe in this posture. Keep a hard flex in both feet. And just breathe. Oh, hi there, ma'am. Have you been sleeping this whole time? Hey. Go ahead and untwist yourself very gently and come back to that seesaw sway, side to side in your hips. Oh, excuse me, Aurora. And then go ahead and release your props all to the side if they've been a part of your practice up to this point. And sweep your legs in front of you, the left side of your mat. Go ahead and grab something like a block or a towel. My 3-inch blocks, I like using both of them if I have them at home to press underneath me when I'm in supported bridge. So come into some version of bridge pose. If you don't have anything to support you, you can also lift up and press up. My favorite way to do that is to press my upper arm bones down and then release my forearms to the ground. Make sure you're squeezing your quadriceps, not your glutes. And then notice if your back is bowed like mine. See if you can straighten it out and become more of a straight line from the knee to the front of the chest. And again, the supported bridge is an option if you want to release the glutes completely. Take your gaze right up in front of you, above you. Take a full breath in. Sigh the breath out. Stay in your bridge. If you're holding your bridge pose, you're invited to press up and then lean down. And then press up and then lean down. Really good. Invite in even more breath. Mamas who are pregnant, if that's making you nauseous, you can come to a side laying position. Just do what your body's asking you to do. You can also just be flat on your back if you're not all the way pregnant yet, or you can be supported with blocks underneath your shoulders. I can show you what that looks like. Going all the way back so that you're square on the mat, square on the blocks, and opening. So baby's held and you're held, and you can drop all the way back. If that's too much on the neck, you just bring your body here and be upright for a moment. And then release whatever you happen to be on. And bring yourself into waterfall or shoulder stand. So waterfall with a block can look like this underneath your tailbone. Again, if this is making you nauseous, you can be propped up. Imagine pillows behind me with legs up a wall, or legs up further if that feels okay with you and baby. You can also be in a shoulder stand, or you can be in traditional Viparita Karani with the whole back on the mat and the legs in the sky. Just close your eyes and breathe. If you've got a little one, they can be right on top of you. If you've got a cat or a dog and they're laying on top of you, that's also normal. Invite it into the practice. Maybe. Go ahead and cross your right leg over your left and grab your ankles. Flex your feet for Gomukhasana. You're going to feel the stretch in the right abductor right here. And see, the more you lean the knees away from your body, you'll get more of the stretch. You can drop your knees down or your heels down, or you can flex your feet out to the side. And then gently switch legs, left leg over the right. And drop the heels down, or you can flex them out. But bring the knees away from your upper chest. Release the bind with your legs. Bring your knees parallel to the mat, your shins parallel to the mat, knees right over your hips, and hold on to the top of your knees. Everybody roll all the way over to your right side. And bring something underneath your ear if you've got a pillow there or that blanket. My pregnant mamas, you're just going to come into a gentle upper body twist right here. My non-pregnant mamas, you can reach the whole arm open and flatten the spine, the top of the shoulders out on the mat as much as possible. You're just in a supine, twisted chair pose. Your gaze can be up at the ceiling or over at your left hand. All the way back over to the right side, and then come back to center. Hold on to your knees again, and everybody drop over to your left, all the way, all the way, all the way. And if you're one of my pregnant mamas, this is as far as you can go. You can also drop the elbow back and kind of support the body here. I want to keep baby and belly button pointing over to the left wall. If you don't have a baby inside of you at the moment, you can stretch all the way open, drop the shoulders down, and look over to your right hand. Close it down, come out the way you came in, roll all the way back to center. And then again, you can choose either to come out of this with a rock and a roll, or you can roll to one side and choose a Shavasana shape right here. Or rock and roll a few times and then hug yourself close and take a Shavasana here. You can also rock and roll and choose to meditate for the last few minutes of your class tonight by staying in an upright seat supported by anything you'd like. You can be in crisscross applesauce. You can also be in a half lotus if that feels good for your body. Hands can be in your lap like this, on your knees, or palm up. Choose what's working for you. You have a few moments to get there. And take a big breath in and a big sigh out. And you're invited to close your eyes and be where you need to be for your Shavasana, for your rest. And I want you to truly focus on the shape your body is in the whole time that we're here. It won't be for that long. It will be for just long enough. And with thoughts come to creep in, just keep coming back to where your body physically is right now. What it feels like. If it's comfortable. What the temperature of the room is like on your skin. If you can drop in, let gravity do its good work. And you can breathe through anything that happens to be distracting you. Just be still. Before you move, take a full breath in. Sigh the breath out. And then take your time, if you're not there already, to press into Sukhasana, easy seat pose. And bring your hands to your heart center. And then hold onto your body, hold onto your baby if they're within you. Baby's in your arms, that counts. Be wherever you are with your child, if you've got one with you. Take another inhale. Beam love to yourself and your little one, to your pets, to your husband, whoever's in the room, partner, best friend, your own thoughts. And bring your hands up above you. Breathe in one more time. Exhale, hands to your third eye center, where all of the light and love in me sees and honors the light and love in you. and I cherish you, and I rejoice that we share the same light, yogis. Namaste. See you next time.